Hi everyone, it's Randy. Happy January. It's January 25th, Monday, and I thought I would do my January update, even though it's not quite the end of the month, but this is the only time that I'll probably get a chance to do the video. And I did want to show you guys the progress that I made in January because I did participate in the Cross Stitch Crazy 2016 challenge, where there was a couple different ways you could set the challenge up for yourself depending on what you wanted to do. Some had worked on a different new starter whip every day in January. Some did the first 16 days in January. Some did the first 15 days in January. Some did all new starts. Some mixed it up with whips and starts. So what I did was I did the first 15 days. I was going to do the 16 days, but I got sidetracked with one of the year-long sales that I'll tell you guys about in a little while. So I ended up doing 15 different projects. Some were whips and some were new starts. And I think in my last video I showed what I was going to do, and I've made some changes to that list, but I'll show you guys what I did work on. So, and I have a couple other things that I worked on also I think it's just one thing actually that wasn't part of the challenge that I'll explain also. So let's get started. The first one that I did, and I'm not going to do this in any order, but this one I did happen to start on January 1st because it was the New Year, New Start in Stitch Mania in the Lavender Lace Stitch Along in Cross Stitch It's Fun. And it also is the Cross Stitch Crazy challenge also, and it is my first lavender and lace, and it's a Celtic Lady. It's Noel, which is the Christmas one, and this is what she looks like. I think a couple people are working on this. So I stitched on this on January 1st. I'm stitching this on 28 count, and this is a Jobelin by Witchell Imports, and it is lamb's wool, I think. Yeah, it's lamb's wool. And this is what I got done. And I was actually pretty proud of myself because I didn't really get a lot of stitching time on January 1st. So this is what I've gotten done so far. And I'm stitching this 2/1. And I'd started like doing one color all the way down. And when I stitch like that, I always make a mistake. So I started stitching in 10 by 10 blocks. That's why you can see these this one kind of hanging, a couple other ones hanging. I just find that easier. I find I make less counting mistakes that way because I don't grid. So I make less counting mistakes if I do 10 by 10 blocks. If you can, some charts obviously you can't, but if I can, that's what I tend to do. So that was my lavender and lace start, and I'm actually really enjoyed stitching on this, and I can't wait to get back to her, which I hope will be soon. I'm going to try not to rustle because I know people don't like that noise, but I do want to try to put these back in their right project holders so I don't have to put away a whole bunch at the end. Okay, so that was the day one. Now again, the rest of these aren't going to be in any real particular order. So the next one that I stitched on, well, I really shouldn't say that because I don't know if it was the next one. Another one of my new starts, I should say, was a country cottage needlework chart, and it is the Snow Sampler. And that is what it looks like. So you can see a lot of white. It has one specialty thread that I actually am using, and that is a sampler thread, Baby Spinach. And this is what I got done. I worked on this for again for just one day. And this is a 28 count. I don't remember the name of the fabric. And oh, wait a minute. I do. It's wheat. 28 count wheat Lugana that I got from Picture This Plus. And this is what I got done so far. I zoom that in. Can you guys see it? So, not bad for one day worth of work. And just to kind of, so you have a reference. So, I got this done right here. Most of that block done. I don't think this will take too much time once I get back to it. And I didn't think I would I'm not a big fan of stitching with white, but a lot of the projects I picked have a lot of white in them. And so it wasn't too bad. I find that if I use shorter strands of white, And and I don't go a long time, the white tends to stay crisp. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I do. That's what I've started doing is I stitch shorter lengths of white, and it tends not to get dingy because you're running it through your hands, running it through the fabric. It tends to get a little dingy after stitching with it for a while, I've noticed. So that's what I've been doing, and it seems to be working really well. So that is that one. All right. Another new start, I should say, was by Satsuma Street, and I started Pretty Little Washington, D.C., stitching this on 18 count oatmeal Aida. Sorry. Some of these snap, these things I hold my project in, and some of them have like the string that wraps around little discs. Sometimes it's hard to get. There we go. All right, so this is what this looks like. So a lot of pretty colors. I didn't get too much done on this one, but I'll show you what I got done. So that's all that I got done on when I worked on this one. Right. And what I found too is with this challenge, I did like working on a different project every day, which I wasn't sure if I would enjoy. But it's hard when you're enjoying a stitch and you have to switch to the next one. So I don't know if this is something I could do all the time, like have a daily stitching rotation where I'm stitching on something different every day. But I do like mixing it up. Like I can definitely see myself working on a couple of different projects each week. But it just depends on my stitching mood, I guess. So that was that one. Another new start was another Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's Afternoon in Paris, and it's this one here. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Blue Glass Monaco by Charles Craft, and I'm using all of the DMC conversions. I didn't get any specialty threads for this one. And for the one day that I worked on it, I got the Eiffel Tower finished. So again, I really feel like this will be another one that will stitch up quick once I get back to it, which is nice because then you get more done that way. All right. And let's see. Another new start. I think my whips are gonna all come at the end because I think the first 10 days were all new starts, and then I kind of pulled out my whips. So this one, I can't, well, I do have a little tiny picture, so let me do this. This is actually from a magazine. It's from Cross Stitcher, February 2012, and it's a gorgeous one. Oh, yeah, we hide that. It's called Laundry Day. Really cute. And this one I'm stitching on a hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie, and this is Willow Wisp 28 count Monaco. And this is how much I got done on her, which I really, really enjoyed stitching on this one. There we go. So you can see her arm, and her, obviously started her dress. I don't know if you can see this fabric that well, but it's, yeah, I guess if I hold it back here, you can see the colors and stuff. So, I enjoyed that one. Excited to get back to that one also. All right. Another new start that I had was a Clouds Factory, and it was Never Forget Nintendo, and that's what it looked like. Okay, this I'm stitching on Blue Glass Monaco 28 count by Childcraft. This, I got very little start on this one. I did not get a lot of stitching time the day that I did this one. So you can see here, that is all that I had. So I think I'll enjoy stitching on this, but I didn't stitch too much of it, so I do want to, you know, eventually get back to it. So I like the chart, so, but not much of a start on that one. Next one is Rosewood Manor, Keys to the Kingdom. Remind you guys, I'm doing this one in the black. I'm using Anchor Black on this one, actually. This is on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. This, I believe, I did on January 2nd, if my memory is right, and that's how much I have done so far. This was also a fun stitch. The chart's a little confusing because it's like in a book, it's booklet form, so you have to be really careful and make sure that you're following it closely, that you don't start stitching in the wrong spot. But it was a fun stitch, a fun start, I guess you could say. Right. Here's another new start that I did. This is another fun one. This is an Ursula Michaels design. And this is I Know I'm Right. So it says at the bottom, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I just love the colors on this. And this one I'm stitching on another hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie. This is Lugana Amour, sorry. And I got an eye done. So I got one eye done. You can see the pretty colors. I really, again, enjoyed stitching on this one. Excited to get back to it. And I love stitching on Stephanie's fabric. She just does such a good job. Oops. Sorry about that. All right, so another new start that I had was The Bookshelf by Little House Needleworks. This one here. This is on tea-dyed, 28 count tea-dyed Monaco by Childcraft. And this is how much I got done. This is my first Little House Needleworks design. And I'm excited because I love to read. So I'm excited to do this one. But it was a good little, good start on it. Okay, now the another new start that I had was not one that I was not planning on doing, and that is the Clouds Factory Year-Long Stitch Along, which was postcards from around the world. And I wasn't planning on stitching it, and then the first one came out, and I was like, oh my god, I love that. So I bought it. I kitted it up, and I started it. Excuse me. I think I'm getting a cold. So I am also stitching this on 28 count Childcraft tea-dyed, and this is what I have so far. I substituted out, let me bring it back a little bit, and I did start in the middle, so I have the one down below, and then I came up, and then I'm just going to go across. I substituted all of the recommended weeks dye works for Mo, Mo Sales cotton. So like the water is supposed to be Weeks Dye Works Aqua, I think. It's supposed to be Weeks Dye Works 2131, and I'm doing mine in Hades by Mo Sale, like I said. So you can see all different kinds of blues and aquas and stuff. The aqua's not really showing. I know people hate when you do this, but that's a little better. Just think I get an idea anyways. And then the building and like the top of the building here. This like green part, right, like right in here, and then this top of this here was supposed to be Weeks Dye Works Cactus 2181, and I'm substituting that out for Fog K. What is this one? Oh yeah, you can see that better. Good. So I'm doing that one. And then the third one was 2225 Marigold, and I could not find one that I liked. So I just am keeping the DMC conversion, which is 744. So, and that's the top of his hat, the top of the little things there, and this part of the building right in there. My absolute favorite part of this, guys, is the postcard, is the stamp with the little, like, you know, stamp that the post office does, and then that says Venice. I love that. I'm so excited. I cannot wait until next week to see what the next one is. And I'm excited that I am, you know, ready for the next one. I might do the frame ahead of time, but we'll see. We'll see how my stitching goes. So, yeah, so I'm excited about that. I know a lot of people are doing it, so I think it'll be fun to see how everybody goes throughout the year. Like who stays caught up, who, you know, who's like, whatever, I'm going to do it at my own pace. But, you know, to each his own is what I say to that. All right. Now, the other new one that I had is another year-long stitch-along, which is the Pumpkin Passport, which I know also a lot of people are doing. I'm doing mine on the same fabric, 28 count tea-dyed Monaco by Charles Craft, and I am almost caught up with this one. I'm almost, well, not caught up, but so you can see it from far away, obviously. Then, so the first one is London. So I know a lot of people have seen this, but and this is all the recommended DMC, and you can see it. I'm so close. I just have to finish the top border here, and then I have to do the bottom of Let's Go on an Adventure. You can see I only did the border as far, you know, as the first month, and then I think I'm just gonna go and do it that way. The only thing I substituted out the Weeks Dye Works Navy and Let's Go on an Adventure for Mo Sales Peacock, which I really like. I don't know if you can see the variegation. Let me see if I can bring it up. You can see it in pictures. I posted pictures on Stitch Mania and on Instagram. It's kind of hard. It just looks blue, but it's like blue and purple. It's really, really pretty, and I'm just really happy with it. I love seeing all the different colors people are picking for that part, the Let's Go on an Adventure part. It kind of makes everybody's a little bit different. So I'm hoping to be ready for February next week. My goal is to finish, just to get that pink top done. But even if I don't, I'm ready for February because I have the London is all done. So I finished that today. I just love her little ponytail. And I love that she's on a little scooter. I don't know. I just think it's so clever. I don't know. It's just really cute. So I was happy with that, with the way that came out. So now those were all my new starts for January. The whips that I worked on as part of the challenge, one was my Stitchrovia Live, was it Sing, Live, Laugh, I think it was. So this is where I am right now. This is on 18 count Off-White Aida. And what I finished, and again, I didn't stitch on this a lot when it came up, is I did the bird, and I did this part here, and I started the eye. Last time you saw this, just the S was partially done. So, yeah. So this one I really want to finish. This has been a long time that I've had this as a whip. Also, I work as another whip that I worked on that everybody that watches my videos are very familiar with, and that's Elizabeth, my Mirabilia that I started January 2015, so a year ago. A little speck on there. I'm not going to take her out of the hoop just because everyone's seen it. So I'll just kind of hold her up like this so you guys can remember. So this is 32 count Ivory Lugana. And when she came up in my rotation, I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I just kind of did this in here, and then I had to go in and fill it out. But my goal is to finish this year. And I'm not going to start another Mirabilia until I finish her. So I just feel like if I start another Mirabilia, I won't finish her, and I really, really want to finish her. So it's kind of like a reward to myself. If I finish her, I can start another one. And I do have a couple that I own that I want to start. Another whip that I worked on was my birth sampler for my sister's friend. As a reminder, it's Stony Creek Jungle Babies, and it's this one down at the bottom. And she's having a girl, so I swapped out the blue rhino for a pink rhino. And the last time you saw this, the lion wasn't finished, and obviously none of this was finished. So I've gotten a lot done on this, and the lion is done. And I started the I don't know what you call that, like the arch, I don't know, the flowers and leaves part. So isn't he so cute? And I got the grass all done at the bottom. And I backstitched the animals as I went. So, and then you can see I started up at the top. So this needs to be done soon. She's due in February, but my sister probably won't get a chance to give it to her until, March. So I have time, but I just would like to get it done so that when the baby's born, I just plug in the birth information and frame it and give it to her, and when she sees it, she can give it to her. So, and I think that won't be a problem. I think I'll be able to get that done. My last whip that was part of the challenge was my Heaven and Earth design. And this again is, I don't have the picture here. It's the Mini Bookworm Fairy by Hannah Lynn. And 18 count White Aida. And excused all my park threads because I was working on this today. And this is what I have done. So I have finished page 2. And as you can see over here, I'm working on the challenge that Michelle issued to people that are part of her group. And that was to stitch in 10 by 10 blocks, which is fine because that's how I stitch. But to do it diagonally so that it's the touching like this. And you could have done it like straight diagonal back and forth like I did, as long as it was only like touching like, one. It's not bad. I don't mind. You can see all these packed threads here, guys. This block right here at the bottom. I wish I could get you a better picture so you could see. This right here. That is 23 different colors. The top is fine. The top, it's like 4 or 5. But when you get down here to her hair, oh, good gravy. But I love it because you can see the detail in the eyeglass. She's wearing like a pair of eyeglasses on top of her head and like the pencil sticking out. So the detail is just amazing. So I know that it's worth it, but when you're stitching it, you're just like, oh. So yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks done. So I need to do 3 more, and then I'm going to come up and fill it all in. So this is another one that I want to finish this year. But I don't know. We'll see. I love this. I can't wait until it's done. I love working on her. I am going to start another Heaven and Earth design. mini after the ball, and really excited because I looked at the chart and there's a lot of solid blocks of color. There's like no real solid blocks of color in this. Every 10 by 10 block has like 3 or 4 colors in it, up to like what I said, 20, 23. So this mini after the ball is a lot of blocks of solid color. So I'm really excited to stitch that and see how fast it goes compared to this. But in order to do that, to start that, I have to finish the birth sampler, and I have to finish this last whip that I have that I need to finish, obviously, like I just said. So I will be starting another Heaven and Earth design, but I might wait. I don't know. I might not be able to, but I might wait until March because she's supposed to issue another challenge. So I don't know. I have to see how my Stitchy Bug goes, because I really want to start it because I'm excited just to see like a different type of Heaven and Earth design. You know, like this one's very, I'm not going to say confetti heavy, because 4 colors in a block of 10 by 10 is not like confetti heavy, but just to stitch on something that has like solid blocks of color, I'm excited about. All right, the last one that I have, it was not part of my crazy challenge, my crazy cross stitch challenge, but it is something I've been working on every day for a half an hour to an hour, maybe half hour, 45 minutes, until I finish it. Now, my goal was to finish this by the end of December. Didn't happen. Then my goal was to finish it by the time the new Frosted Pumpkin Stitch Along came out, the 15th. That didn't happen. So now my goal is to finish it by the end of the month. And I am so close. And that is the Storytime sampler, which was last year's Frosted Pumpkin Stitch Along. And here it is. Okay, so I finished December, which was not done the last time you guys saw this. And I chose to do the Charles Dickens Scrooge. And then all I have to finish, guys, see my Batman, my Batgirl needle minder is the banner. And I was debating whether to stitch this, and I decided to go ahead and stitch it. So I think it kind of completed it. It's already it's a row off. It's supposed to be 2 away from the frames. It's only 1, and I just at this point don't care. So you can see, I know it's backwards. I apologize, but I don't know how to fix that. So yeah, so close. So I really think that if I stitch on it for a half an hour to 45 minutes every day, I will get it done by the end of the month. And that's what I'm going to do, I think, every month, is I'm going to have a focus on a finished piece. It's similar, I think it's Katie, it's something Katie does, and I know a couple people have, like, picked up on it. So when I have a piece that I'm really close to finishing, or, you know, I really want to focus on getting it finished, even if it's going to take me a long time, I'm going to do that. If I have the time, I'm going to try to take half an hour, 45 minutes of my stitch time and stitch and focus on a finish. So this is my focus on a finish for right now. My next focus on a finish is going to be the birth sampler, if I don't have it done by then. And then my third focus on a finish is going to be the Stitch Rovia one, because that is close to being done. And I think that if I just sat down every day and stitched on it a little bit, I would be able to finish it. As to how I'm going to finish all of these projects I started this month, I don't know. I have not figured out a rotation. Right now, I'm kind of stitching on what I want. Like, I'm stitching on getting this birth sampler finished, the Haid Challenge finished, getting the Clouds Factory and Frosted Pumpkin sales caught up so I can start them in, on February 1st. So I don't know about a rotation. I'm hoping that it'll kind of work its way out in February, and then when I do my update in February, I can kind of let you guys know what I decided to do. So yeah, I don't have any haul to share with you guys. I mean, I got some fabric and stuff, but not anything that you'd probably be very interested in. I do have a $30 gift certificate to 123 Stitch that I'm still trying to debate on what I want to get. If I want to kit up one of my Mirabilias, or if I want to order some charts or some whatever it is. But once I do make my decision and I get the order in, I'll let you know. Yeah, that's it. That is all I have So I hope you guys enjoyed my update. I hope you guys had fun seeing all of my craziness. I have enjoyed everybody that took place in the crazy cross stitch challenge. I loved seeing your updates. So I hope you guys had as much fun with it as I did. It's stuff that I definitely do again. But I would like to finish a couple of these this year. So now it's going to be focus on finishes, or at least partially getting some of them done. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go on this. I just hit the half-hour mark, so it's a decent-sized video. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank all my subscribers, everyone that comments. I don't think I responded to the comments on my last video. Sometimes I don't have time, unfortunately. But I do read them all, and I try to go back and at least say thank you for leaving a comment. So I'm not very good at making comments on videos, but I like everyone's video. So if I watch a video, I always hit like. So if you see a like, it's probably one of mine. But I do want to just thank everybody that does watch my videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them. And I will talk to you guys next month. Bye.